It's really important for me this time around to make a record that's has a consistent theme to it, and real life would be a good way of saying what the theme is about, but I would really say it's more about just like living life and loving life, being good to people, and I've never made a record like that before. I made a record with a bunch of random songs on it that worked on radio, but I wanted like a piece of material that is consistent throughout each song, that talks about that feeling of growing up, the feeling of looking back, and the feeling of appreciating it all. I'm in a position in my life where I could make a whole record full of nothing but my songs, and monetarily that would pay me for years, you know? But I'm not about the money. I never have been. When I played on a bar stool in college, I'd play for free, and I remember my parents asking, why are you doing that? And I'd say, because one day it'll pay off. Like, I'm doing this because I love it. And that's how I am with my album. I want to make an album that I love, and something that, and sometimes for me, listening to songs I didn't write makes me tap into something internally that I was too scared to write with my own pen. I've just lived a lot of life, man, in the last 10 years of having a record deal. I really have. I mean, I when I got a record deal, I was just so excited to be on a tour bus and play my music for people, and the fact that every night in that little cooler up by the front of my TV and my bus was constantly filled with beer and fresh ice, and no matter, my mom wasn't around, nobody was around to tell me what I could and couldn't do. Everybody worked for me, you know what I mean? What are they gonna do, tell me not to drink? And so I was just pounding beers, dude, and just having a blast. Why wouldn't you? You know, I was a freaking recording artist with a record deal, an RCA. And not that I was taking that as like, I wasn't being cocky or anything, I just thought that's what goes along with it. I was on tour with Kenny Chesney, freaking margaritas anywhere you look, you know, there's blue rum everywhere. I mean, and I was 23 years old, so I was literally on tour with some of the guys I've looked up to my whole life. Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson, all of them. And I just think I had to grow out of it. I'm at a point in my life, I think, when you hit 30, like your 20s are about still growing up, and then when you hit 30, which for me, I felt like, okay, now it's time. Now I can't grow up anymore. Like, I need to be grown up. And having a child and being married and trying to, I don't know, looking at my dad and how much he always seemed like he had his shit together. Like, and I was thinking I don't, you know, but while everybody else is looking at me thinking I do, I felt like, man, I'm fooling a lot of people, because I don't have as much shit together as I think I do. And so I just kind of, the one major thing for that was, okay, I make bad decisions when I drink, so let's take out the bad decisions in life, and that comes from drinking. So I'm not saying, like I told him, I was like, I ain't saying I don't drink anymore. I had a beer the other night with my wife at dinner, but, you know, I don't indulge anymore for like the social aspect of like just having to like feel something. Like, I get pretty high off life.